So what's going on, everybody? This is me. I'm back again. Uh, wanted to do a video because I recently started growing my hair out. Well, not recently, I guess, but as you probably seen in earlier videos, I didn't really have hair and it started to grow out pretty much. But what I'm of course doing, as you can see, is growing my dreads back out. Had dreads a long time ago, but I just felt it was time to go ahead and get back to it because I missed it. Yeah, what time and whatnot. But the only real reason I cut them off to begin with because there was a lot of them. I had a ridiculous amount of dreads and it just didn't feel right because though this is a natural hairstyle and the maintenance itself doesn't really take a lot of work, but if you're a dreadhead yourself, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're not a dreadhead and you've actually seen a dreadhead before, they're in the meantime when they're not really thinking about much. This is what you see them doing. They're playing at what, of course, from the outside looking in, is pretty much them just playing with their hair. But what we're really doing is this is how we keep our locks nice, neat, and clean, and manicured. So what this is pretty much doing is instead of letting them just lock any old kind of way, this is how we actually keep them individual. So however they've been twisted, that keeps them going in that particular method. But what you'll actually find out is the more you have, the more individual dreads you have, the longer and more tedious that process is. Because of course, when you're just relaxing and whatnot, you're just gonna do the easiest ones right here. It don't take a whole lot of work, don't take a whole lot of strength. You know, right here, bam, bam, boom. Right here, then switch to the other side and knock out a couple. But of course, even in that time, and of course this is just example purpose, but you don't really get around to every single last one of them. But imagine having two or maybe even as many as 300 of these freaking individual dreads. That isn't very fun. Not only that, but when you think about the top, okay, yeah, I do this right here. But with that many dreads and twisting them, your arm starts to get tired. Even if you switch and use your other hand, your arm is going to eventually get tired, especially when you're dealing with. We'll just section it off. You have 100 on each side. That's two, and then on the top and back. Anyway, not being specific, but just imagine 300 dreads that you're sitting here doing this to all day long. That can get tedious, a little bit annoying. So I went ahead and cut them off, and this time I regrew them. It's actually about time for me to get them redone. My wife is actually doing it. Yeah, I'm married, guys, but and you'll probably see my wife in some of these videos too. But in any sense, but she twists them for me. She does a good job. She didn't start this for me. She started the last time for me, but I was actually going to do a certain method of because I have a certain grade of hair that doesn't lock very well. So I was going to go with the latching method, and I'm sure there are some females or anybody who is a loctician already knows about that. But there's the latching method that actually is better for my particular hair, and actually I would recommend it for anybody doing dreads, whether you have my type of hair or not, because of the simple fact that it's they actually take a knitting needle, however long, and then they actually take the dread and weave it into itself, so it makes it stronger. So even even if you decide to go swimming, you don't have to worry about it because it's locked into itself. So therefore, it's not ever going to mess up. It might get frizzy. It still could potentially get frizzy, but it's not going to come apart, which is every dreadhead's fear when they first start dreading their hair. So that's the actual route I'm going, and my wife hasn't actually learned that. She thought about learning it. She might still end up learning it. Who knows? But at the moment, the lady who was actually going to twist it, she was going to do it, but my hair wasn't long enough at the time. I got a little too anxious, and she went ahead and started it at this size. As you can tell, these are pretty big. So they'll be pretty decent. But in any sense, so my wife has been keeping it up ever since that one time. And as you can see, she does a good job. I love it. So, I take care of her in other ways. I don't have to pay her. I buy her stuff and take her out and treat her good, like a good husband that I am. Ain't supposed to. But in any sense, she maintains it for me at the moment. Every now and again, I'll probably still go ahead and get that latching method done to make the dread stronger or whatnot. For the simple fact that it's actually starting to get too cold to swim at the moment, but in the spring and summer months when you can swim and it's still warm enough to swim, I like to swim, so it'd be nice to be able to do that. So I'm not gonna hold myself back on that. For the simple fact that I'm not gonna be swimming anytime soon, I'm not too rushed to actually do that process. But in any sense, that definitely is gonna be one thing that I do from time to time. Again, looking pretty fresh still. She does it about once every 2 weeks or whatnot. Freshens me up and whatnot. So it's looking pretty good. Also, since I'm talking about hair, I done started growing my beard back out. I'm gonna join the beard game. Yeah. So this is actually the thickest it's ever been. But I'm gonna let it keep growing. I'm gonna shape it up a little bit. I ain't gonna let it get like nasty or anything. I can't let it get like way down here and be scruffy way down here. Even though I need to shave it a little bit, actually I can feel peach fuzz. But in any sense, I'm growing the beard out. Gonna let it get thicker. Hopefully it'll do its thing. So it'd be real hot. Had a fully aged beard, dreads. I ain't got quite the shake action for my dreads yet, but I can't wait to get that back. I used to just go crazy. I used to love doing that, especially when I listen to a song and I get real crunk, and that song just had me going all kinds of crazy. Because and that's another thing. I'm actually gonna do some dance videos, but because I'm a dancer, I love to dance, and you'll see in my videos when I make them. But that was really cool to have my dreads all over the place when I'm dancing, like Lil Jon. Yeah. But it's real cool, and can't wait for them to get longer. But I'm going to document my journey here, right here on Facebook. A lot of future DreadHeads. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely feel free to hit me up on the page. Comment. Feel free to hit me up and let me know what you think. You got any advice? Because I'm always open to it, even though as you can tell, I'm used to this, so I pretty much know what I'm talking about already. But I'm always open to new advice if you have something pretty good to go with. And Actually, this is what she uses to lock my dreads. So, that lock and gel, yes sir. Jamaican mango and lime. And these things, I hate these things, but she puts these in my hair while they're drying. And these are pain in the John Brown hind parts. So, if you have ever, well, this is probably the worst part of having dreads, or these things right here. And all my other dreadheads know exactly what I mean. But in any sense, yeah, that's everything else about being a dreadhead is fun, man. It's low maintenance. I can actually get up and go. I don't have to worry about a whole lot of work. I mean, again, while they're short like this, I still kind of wear a wave cap to bed to keep them nice and neat and all that kind of good stuff. But other than that, it's pretty good. I like it. I'm definitely embracing my journey. Gonna stick with it. And I don't have any intentions of cutting them this time. But in any sense, future dreadheads, again, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, hit me up. If you are already a dreadhead, more experience, got some tips, pointers, anything you'd like to share, I am open to your suggestions. But I'll comment back and we'll just talk about it, man. Like I said, I'm going to document the process. And it's going to be real cool, man. I love dreads. I've always had long hair. In fact, the first time I actually grew my hair, I was a junior in high school. And back in those times, it was actually cool to have cornrows. Well, not saying it's not cool to have them now, but like that was like the ludicrous of everything. Like everybody wanted cornrows, braids, and all that kind of stuff. So that was the thing back then. But yeah, man. Again, big time dreadhead. Can't wait to get these joints longer. And again, like, subscribe, comment. Y'all take it easy. Until next time.